childbirth is a very important period. And many a times when we get into childbearing age, you long to see a baby, a live baby and normal baby. So before you get into childbirth, there are several things that you need to do. One, it is good to ask God for a baby. Just like Anne in the Bible, the mother of Samuel, when we give God a chance, then he gives us the right type of baby that we require. Like Samuel, like we get Samuel in the Bible. So during the period when you want to get a baby, one thing you need to do is to live life away from sexual transmitted infections, away from diseases like anemia, malaria, syphilis, and many others. So you get to know, you need to get to know your healthy status, even HIV. You need to get to know your status in all these conditions, so that during pregnancy, you need to be healthy, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all these, and mentally, all these need to. So during that period, there's need to have enough support from the family so that mentally you are well. Because pregnancy has a lot of pressures in the body, and more so on the mental part, physically, and even spiritually, we can say. So we need to be healthy to carry a baby to term. Pregnancy takes 9 months. So that period is long enough. There are many things that you need to do is to keep prepared during the 9 months. So during the 9 months, there are those things that you need to do. One, you must eat healthy. Two, you must exercise. Three, you need to visit the health facility so that you get to know how you're doing on or how you're going on. The other thing is spiritually, you need to be close, connected to God, so that your child is also connected to God during pregnancy. So during that time, you need to be close to God through hymns, through reading the Word of God, and also through prayer. Eating healthily means lots of fruits and vegetables and plenty of clean water. The other thing you need to do that most of us do not do is exercise. Many of us during pregnancy, we just want to sleep. You just want to do very light jobs. While it's not a punishment when you're pregnant. During pregnancy, that's a moment that you need to do more work, you need to exercise. Then when it comes to time to sleep in the night, you sleep for 8 hours. That's enough during pregnancy. And when you exercise, it builds also your immunity. Because during pregnancy tends to lower our immunity. Even in normal circumstances, you don't have HIV, you don't have some of these infections, you'll find that the immune system goes down. So when you eat healthily and when you exercise, your immunity is built. So you are able to carry this pregnancy for 9 good months. And when you exercise, it opens the pelvic region in preparation for childbirth. And childbirth is a painful process. That's the way it's called labor pains. During that time, during childbirth, you go through a lot of pain for certain hours before you get to receive your baby. So childbirth also requires you to be sound in mind, healthy mentally, so that by the time you get into childbirth, you are able to you are able to withstand the pain, and after childbirth appreciate the gift that God has given you. I would like to pause and ask if there are questions.
Thank you so much, Sister Deborah. There's a question, but before I read the question, kindly, the person who has asked the question, kindly change your name to your real name, please. The question goes, what about when the doctor suggests no exercise or no sex during pregnancy?
In our antenatal care, I'm talking to people who know. There's the book, there's a card that is called Mother Child Booklet. When you go through it, one of the aspects that we are required as nurses, when you sleep too much, you do not give the baby the chance to move about. And when the baby is not moving about, you'll find that you'll either have, you will not be able during that time to have your pelvic bones open to open up baby to pass. So exercises are very paramount and are important. Sex during pregnancy, you can do it to the time that you feel that you do not want to have sex or it's uncomfortable. That's your choice.
Thank you.
Okay, there's something I can add. Sometimes, as she said, exercise is important, and many people usually want to. Many people, even when they're not pregnant nowadays, want to just lie around, and that, I mean, just lays basically or relax more. And if you put it simply, is that the more you lie down, the more the baby will also lie down and be lazy when it's time to come out. So you're giving yourself more work towards the end, because that helps to answer the next question about pain or painless or whatever. Yes. So the more active you are, the less difficulty you will have towards the end. Now there are some situations, and where for some reason where we have complicated pregnancies, like maybe someone has a weak cervix, like if they've had miscarriages often in the first trimester. So that the cervix, and usually it's because as you go towards the second trimester, because now the pregnancy is getting heavier, it weighs on the cervix and then it comes out. So in such a situation, you may be put on bed rest, and then they'll do what is called a sacrilege. They will put a stitch there for a while to hold it in, And sometimes the weak cervix also becomes, and this is important for those who are not married yet, because of the way the world tells you to do anything and you think you'll get away with it, because a cervix that has not been tampered with before won't be weak unless there's a congenital defect, which that also sometimes may happen. Like for women who used to take contraceptives, there's some medication that was banned in the 60s and 70s that used to be given to women, and it causes birth defects in the girls, in their daughters and their granddaughters. So those are some situations, but mostly in the West. But here, all these issues about people being especially now with reproductive issues, where girls are being encouraged to just, even parents are encouraging their children to go and get the 5-year contraceptive, so that they think that they have freedom. That freedom has a lot of consequences. Not freedom, it's actually imprisonment. That can lead to weakening of the cervix, because the cervix is exposed at a very young age when it's still trying to mature. And also some of them may get maybe pregnant, because even with contraceptives, you may get pregnant. And then maybe they go for procedures, and that injures the cervix. So now when you want that baby, it brings problems. So of course, you always we always urge people to wait until the right time, because once you get married, if you live to be 60, all those years you'll be with your husband, and this is just a short period of time between teenage and 20 something or maybe 30, because sometimes it comes out of problems. So sometimes if your cervix is weak, the doctor may give you some bed rest so that the child does not miscarry. And that's a complicated pregnancy, and we don't want to get there. So that's why we're talking about pregnancy now, and safe pregnancy, safe childbearing, safe delivery, because there's a lot of effort that the mother has to do even before they get into that stage. Yeah. Another thing that may cause someone to be put on complete bed rest is when they have serious pressure that can cause what we call preeclampsia. They can get convulsions. The pressure can go up during gestation, so that they get convulsions. Normally, some doctors will put you on bed rest. Ideally, you should just lower that pressure. Now, in hospital, they don't know how to do it, because they won't talk much about the nutrition. They won't tell you to eat fruits and vegetables, as she said. So if you have preeclampsia or eclampsia, of course, you should go off any animal products, because otherwise that pressure will go up. Because as she said earlier, that pregnancy is a time of critical time. Yeah, there are many things your body is doing extra. So you are sick before you become sick when you're pregnant. So food becomes an important aspect. I know, like in hospital, they won't tell you much about food.